What happens in the new birth is not the getting of a new religion, but the getting of a new life. Let's read verses 1 to 3. I'm getting all these from John 3, 1 to 10, and then we'll go elsewhere later, but I want to deal with this text for a couple of weeks. John chapter 3, verses 1 through 3. Now there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. This man came to Jesus by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from God, for no one can do these signs that you do unless God is with him. Jesus answered him, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Wouldn't you just love to be like Jesus? Just out of the blue. This man makes a nice statement about Jesus. And Jesus just looks at him and says, you've got to be born again. Just like that. Now John makes sure that we know Nicodemus is a Pharisee. He did not need to tell us that. This text would make perfectly good sense if he said, a man came to Jesus by night, said, I know you've been doing some great things and you're from God. And Jesus say you need to be born again. Perfect. No problem. Why does he tell us he's a Pharisee and a ruler of the Jews? Answer, a new religion will do you no good at all. These are the most religious people on the planet. They're the most religious Jewish people. So you may be a perfectly good Baptist, Lutheran, Methodist, Episcopal, Catholic, religious to the core, and lost. That's what he's saying. John wanted us to get this, that here's the Pharisee, the paragon of disciplines, the paragon of prayer, the paragon of moral uprightness and keeping his nose clean and showing up at all the meetings. And he's lost. He's dead. So the reason I think that John points out he was a Pharisee, he was a ruler of the Jews, is to make crystal clear, in spite of all that religiosity, he needs to be born again. He doesn't need religion, he needs life. He needs life. Now, of course, in one sense, he's quite alive, right? I mean, if Nicodemus were here and he heard me just say what I just said, he would say, excuse me, I'm alive. Because that's the way he is here. He's blind. He doesn't get it at all. He's saying to Jesus, can I crawl into my mother's womb and be born again? And he would say to me, you say I'm dead? I'm alive. Excuse me? I'm alive. I am alive. Now, Jesus apparently had a category for living dead. Can you think of any texts? Remember the man, Luke 9:60, who came to Jesus and Jesus said, follow me. And he said, can I go please bury my father? And Jesus says, let the dead bury their dead. So there are dead who need burying, and there are dead who bury them. He's got that category. He knows what he's talking about. When he says you need to be born, you need life, he knows he's talking to a dead man who's alive. Prodigal of the prodigal son, the parable of the prodigal son. Parable of the prodigal son. The father got his boy home. What did he say to the older brother who's been out of shape about this party? He says, my son was dead, and he's alive. This is not surprising for Jesus to talk like this, to say to a living man in front of him, the blood is coursing through his veins, thoughts are coming out of his head, mouth is working, eyes are working, ears are working, everything's working, and he's dead. He needs to live. He needs life. He needs a birth. So, first meaning of what happens in the new birth is not you get a new religion, like you become a Baptist. That saves nobody. Or Lutheran, or Catholic. It's life.